is Alexander Bolton, senior staff writer at The Hill. To what do we attribute the closeness of this race ahead of tonight's big debate?
Well, I think it can be attributed to former President Trump's strength in Michigan. He is pretty popular with union voters. And of course, the Teamsters are staying neutral in the presidential race. That's because most rank and file Teamsters voters favor Trump over Harris. So I think President Trump's strength with white working class voters, especially in manufacturing parts of the country, that is leading some Republicans to hope that he may overperform the polls and actually steal states like Michigan and Pennsylvania on Election Day, just like he did in 2016 when he defeated Hillary Clinton, won Michigan, and no one expected that at the time. So I think that's the reason why now more attention is being paid on this Senate race. There's a lot of conservative money coming in, $22 million from the Senate Conservative Leadership Fund, and also $8 million from the Great Lakes Conservative Fund. So I think the conservatives, Republicans are making a late move here in Michigan, and they're hoping that at this debate tonight, Mike Rogers can close the gap even further.
In addition, Michigan has a large population of Arab Americans. Is the war in Gaza influencing this race in particular?
Absolutely. I mean, that's something that has been a storyline for months. During the Democratic presidential primary, there was a large number of voters who voted uncommitted as a protest vote against Joe Biden. Now, Biden is obviously not running anymore, and Harris has tried to change the tone a little bit by expressing more sympathy for Palestinians who've been caught up in the fighting. But that's one of the things that we'll have to look for on Election Day. Do these uncommitted Democratic votes, Arab Americans, do they come home to the Democratic Party, as Democratic strategists are hoping, or will they cast a protest vote on Election Day? And could that be enough to swing the state not only to Trump, but maybe also the Senate race to Mike Rogers?
Both of these candidates have a lot of experience. They've been on debate stages before. What will you be looking for tonight as these two face off?
Well, I think one of the interesting wrinkles here is the debate over EV sales, electric vehicle sales. Republicans are trying to make an issue in the race. They're pointing out that Elissa Slotkin voted against a Republican-sponsored measure in the House that would have blocked new EPA rules for vehicle emissions. Critics of that rule say it would essentially mandate that 2/3 of cars be EVs by the year 2032. Slotkin has come out with an ad saying no one's going to force you to buy an EV. So given that Michigan is such a big automotive state, obviously the home of the big three, historically, Chrysler, Ford, GM, I think that's going to be an issue that's especially important in this race, and I'll be interested to see how the candidates handle it tonight.
All right, we'll be watching. Alexander Bolton, as always, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.